Hello friends, my name is Pranav Shukla and I welcome you to my online tutorial. Today we are going for English class 8. It is Oxford syllabus. So we are going for the book that is the new grammar tree, as you can see the cover page over there. And from that book we are just going to take 6th chapter, Non-Finite Verbs. Friends, it's a long discussion, so we might take two parts. So this is here the first part. I've divided these parts into two things. The first is the theory that we are supposed to discuss regarding the particular topic. In the second part, we'll do the exercises given in the book. So let's start with the first part. In this part, we'll discuss what is non-finite verb and how does it work in a sentence and what is its importance and everything regarding non-finite verbs. So let's move further. Friends, first of all, let us discuss something about verb before we go for non-finite verb. As you know that all the languages are spoken in sentences. Already said this thing earlier when we discussed the tenses, but I'm again coming back to the same kind of discussion. So sentences are made of words, and every single word in a sentence belongs to a certain category according to its form and function. So according to the form and function, the word has got a specific placement in the sentence. So there are 8 types of words that contribute in constructing a sentence. They are noun, pronoun, verb, adjective, adverb, preposition, conjunction, and interjection. So throughout the year we'll learn all these topics in various ways, but our today's concern is mainly verb. Verb is the most integral part of and most important part of the sentence formation. I can say without verb, sentence formation is not possible. So there are 8 types of words seen in the sentence, but out of these 8 types, you must have 2 types of words, I can say. First is noun and the other one is verb. Because sentence must have a subject and an action word to get the complete sense. And without complete sense, sentence formation is not possible. And to get complete sense, we must have at least the doer of the action and the action itself. So doer of the action is always the name of person, place, thing, anything. And the word that shows the action would be called as verb. Again, the verbs are there which don't show the action. They simply show the state or the condition or the situation, or they introduce something or somebody, but they have to be there in the sentences. So action and the doer of the action can bring you the complete sense, and that makes a complete sentence. So keeping the nouns apart right now, working as subject and object, we'll focus upon the verb. As verb is the most important part of the sentence formation, it has got various categories to be divided into various parts. Right now we have the category of the verb that makes complete sense regarding the time and situation, and verbs that don't make the complete sense regarding the time and situation. Friends, when you form a sentence and introduce any action verb, you have to make it sure that the form of the verb should be written in a way where it shows a particular time of the action and particular situation of the action. For example, if right now I'm teaching you, but yesterday at that time I was traveling for Ahmedabad. So my main verb is travel. That is the action I'm supposed to introduce in the sentence. But if I have to show that कल इसी समय मैं मुंबई के लिए या अहमदाबाद के लिए ट्रैवलिंग कर रहा था, the time is past, भूतकाल, and the situation was continuous. Action was continuous at a certain time in the past. So according to this time and situation, the main verb travel has to go under certain changes. It has to be added with was and the suffix with ing, means was traveling. So the whole sentence would be I was traveling for Ahmedabad at that time or at this time yesterday. So this was traveling gives me the complete idea about the time and situation of the action. So this kind of verb that shows the tense. Which tense? Continuous past tense is called as finite verb. So in one line, finite verb tells you the or gives you the exact idea about the time and situation of the action. It belongs to a certain tense. It undergoes certain changes according to the noun working as a subject, noun's gender, noun's number, singular or plural. So it undergoes certain changes. It is never rational, and it can be the main verb in the sentence. And without it, the sentence formation is not possible. But on the opposite side, non-finite verbs, they cannot be main verbs. They don't contribute in bringing the complete sense in the sentence. If they introduce any action, this action don't show the exact time and situation. So this kind of verbs, as a matter of fact, actually don't work as verbs. Being form of the verb, they contribute in the sentence in different functions. So according to their functions and placement in the sentence, they are divided into three parts: participle, gerund, and infinitives. So as participles, they can be working as adverb or adjective, or can be working as the verb that supports the main verb. Participles are of three types I should say: perfect participle, past participle, and present participle. We'll see detail about these participles and all that. Gerund is the kind of form of verb that actually works as noun. They can also be called as noun verbs. And as nouns, they can be working as subject or objects in the sentence, but not as a main verb. And infinitives also are used in support to the main verb. They show the incomplete action that shows the purpose, intentions, reasons, etc. They're also having various types. So our main concern is not finite verb, that we already gone through. When you studied tenses along with voices, we have gone through the finite verbs. So that blue part is already over. Now we are concerned with what the red part, that is non-finite verbs. So let's have a glimpse or surfacial idea, and then we'll go for detail. Here we have the definition and usages. Definition of finite verb: act as the main verb and can be changed according to the noun, obviously. You can see in the example, second one, I am excited. Just because the noun or pronoun is I, it is followed by am. Otherwise, it could have been If it were he, it could have been is. If it were you, it could have been are. So it changes according to the subject, noun or pronoun. Then use only in present and past tense. As you can see, you promised here. Here, promised. That is past tense. The main form is promise, but it is now used in what? Past tense. So its form varies from tense to tense. Can be indicative of passive or active voice. So if the same sentence, it is not hidden over there. To promise me, if you just convert it into passive voice, I was promised by you. So again, this promise is changed into was promised. So it changes even according to voice, active or passive. So it can also be changed regarding the number, singular or plural. As I gave you the example, if it were, if I say child is crying, so child is singular noun, so it's followed by is. But if I say children, so it is a plural noun followed by are. Again, if you just consider the verb without any auxiliary verb, so if I say child likes milk, if it is children like milk. So this form gets varied according to what the number of the noun, singular or plural. So this is how finite verb works. But now comes to non-finite verb. So here we have the definition and usages. Cannot be the main verb, as they do not talk about the action that is being performed by the subject or noun. So they cannot be main verb. They also do not indicate any tense because they are not main verb. They don't change according to the time and situation. So they don't indicate any tense, mood or gender. Well, non-finite verb, as I told you, are is indicating the number. So in that way, non-finite verb does not indicate mood, gender or tense. They cannot be used as verb, but they can be used as nouns, adverbs and adjectives, as I told you. And used to form non-finite clauses, which are simply dependent clauses that use non-finite verb. They cannot form the main clause. Without finite verb, the main clause is not possible. So here we have the three categories: gerunds, infinitives and participles. Now it is now a bit clearer to you for understanding. Act as a verb, that is about non-finite verb. So as you can see in the sentence, they got home very late last night. Here got is your main verb, is a finite verb. Act as the main verb of the clause. Here again live is the main verb. And it shows time and situation of the action. It is simple present tense. Here it is simple past tense. Now here was waiting. Was indicates the number singular, she, and was along with waiting is only indicates the tense, that is continuous present tense, past tense. Here again come has got the another form came. It is again finite because it shows the tense, exact time and situation. So it is what? Finite verb and belongs to simple past. Can be used in present and past form. So this is all about finite verb. Now this is non-finite. Do not act as a verb. Sailing is my favorite sport. Here sailing is actually the name of an activity working as a subject. So it's a verb noun working as a subject. It is gerund. So it is not purely working as an action verb. Act as nouns, adjectives and adverbs. Here the sleeping cat. So cat has been given an adjective. It is sleeping. So ing form of the verb is called as participle. The participle is working as an adjective. So it does not show the right time and situation of the action. When cat is sleeping, we don't know. So it is describing cat in place before the cat. So it is called as what? Adjective of the cat, not working as a verb purely. So it's a non-finite verb. Do not indicate person, number and tense. She tiptoed round the house so as not to wake anyone. So here tiptoed is actually indicating the tense, simple past tense. But this verb to wake does not show time and situation. It simply complement the main verb tiptoed and shows the purpose of the doer. So it is not purely indicating what the tense. So it is again non-finite verb. One line, the verb that does not show any tense, matlab exact time and situation of the action would be called as non-finite verb. And the verb that shows the tense as maintaining a certain form and gives you the exact idea about the time and situation of the action would be called as finite verb. Don't forget that. I struggle to understand. Again, it is infinitive. It is also infinitive and non-finite verb. Gerund. Kids like what? To play. So to play is an object of the verb like. So it is object is always a noun. So this is a verb noun working as gerund. So it is again a non-finite verb. So here you have three non-finite verbs, three types: infinitives, gerunds, as well as what? Participles. And now we're going to learn them in detail. So I'm bringing you your own book and get you the exercises solved for you. So what I'm going to share with you is not only the theory explanation but also the key to your exercises. So please watch it carefully, friends. This is your main textbook. Here you have what we already discussed. Non-finite verbs are those verbs whose form is not bound or determined by the number and the person of the subject in the sentence. Well, it cannot tell you singular or plural, or it cannot tell you male or female or anything. So, and its form does not also get changed like the main verb or the finite verb. In other words, if the subject in the sentence changes, the non-finite verb remains the same, as I told you. Although they have the appearance of the verb, they look like verb, but they do not perform the function of a verb. And they perform the function of either nouns or adjectives or adverbs. For example, okay, 1 minute please. Okay. For example, I want to meet the president. Here, want is finite verb, but this to meet is non-finite verb. It is infinitive. It is working as complement to the main verb and gerund, object of the verb. I want what? To meet the president. Again, she wants to meet the president. Here you can see in all these three sentences, you can see this finite verb changes the form. Here it is because I, so it goes with want. As it is, gender is changed, she, or I can say the number is person is changed. So I and she is a third person, so it changes into wants. And we is a second person plural, the number is changed. So it will again go for want if it is present tense, but again the tense is changed. Simple past tense is now, so it is wanted. So this is finite verb changes according to what the number, tense and person. But this non-finite verb does not get changed regardless of any other thing. So this is how it works really. Now we are going for the kinds of non-finite verbs. So I already told you infinitive is the first type. What is infinitive? Infinitive is formed by adding the preposition to the base form. To and verb is called as what? Infinitive. For example, it is easy to know. So here know is what? To know is infinitive. She wants to go. Here to go is what? Infinitive. So this is called as what? Infinitive. To and verb. Now infinitives also have got two types according to its structure. Full infinitive and bare infinitive. Full means infinitive with to, and bare means infinitive without to. Where they are used, so their places are given. So to remember that and practice it. An infinitive preceded by to is called a full infinitive. For example, this is a nice place to live. To live is a full infinitive. Bare infinitive without to. Mother lets me watch. So lets is main verb, finite verb, and after that this is not the finite verb. It is infinitive but without to. So where bare infinitives are used, let's see that. First of all, friends, it is not mentioned over there in this book, but I'm giving you the usage of the infinitive. Infinitives normally used with the main verb just to show the purpose of the main verb, or just to complete the incomplete action that is not shown by the main verb. If the main verb shows an action and requires another action to get completed, to get the complete sense, to introduce another action showing the purpose, reason, or anything, at that place infinitives are used. Suppose I have come. I have come for what purpose? To meet you. To meet shows the purpose of coming. So I have come. Have come is finite verb. To meet is the infinitive showing the purpose of the main verb. That is not mentioned over there. Third type of the infinitive that is technically should not be used, but it is used by the people. To and verb are broken and some words are put in between them. So it's the wrong use of using the infinitive, but people use it. So just to draw your attention over there. When an adverb is put in between to and the verb, the infinitive is called as what? Split infinitive. What is it? I request you to kindly grant me leave. So here you can see to and grant. So to grant is our infinitive. It is split into two parts, and in between there is a word kindly that is working as an adverb. The right way is I request you to grant me leave kindly, but people use it in that way. So I advise you not to go for it. It should be avoided. Examples are given. I advised her to at once report on duty. That should be avoided. The right way is what? I advised her to report on duty at once. So here you have the understanding about the split infinitive. So we have seen three types of infinitives. Now here we have the usages or the places where the bare infinitive is a very limited and very restricted use. So be careful about using it. When you use the verbs like as, verb like feel, or hear, or make, or find, watch, see, observe, let number of verbs are there. Better you explore it. Are always followed by the bare infinitive. For example, I heard her scream. I heard her to scream. Not correct. I heard her scream. Scream is a bare infinitive. Heard is a finite verb. And the let us play. Let is followed by bare infinitive, as you already seen earlier. So they both are non-finite verb, and here they are working as infinitives, but bare infinitives. Then the expressions such as had better, would rather, sooner than are always followed by bare infinitive. You had better leave now. So this had followed by normally perfect participle, past participle form, where here it is better to leave, now it is better leave. So it's a bare infinitive. He would rather suffer than be dishonest. So he would rather to suffer, now it is he would rather suffer. So this is modal auxiliary, and modal auxiliary always followed by bare infinitive. You will just also see in the next grammar chapter. Expressions with why and why not. Bare infinitives. Why to worry? Nahi. Why worry about the future? Why to worry? Nahi. Why worry about future? Why not take a taxi? Why not to take a taxi? Is a wrong use. Why not take a taxi? And last, as I told you earlier, modal verbs are always followed by bare infinitive. For example, except, ought. You must carry your passport. I can lift up this bag. You should obey your parents. But with ought, you should use to with infinitive. We ought to inform the police. There is an exception. So here we have the use of infinitives. How many types are there? Infinitive, full with to, bare infinitive without to, and split one. Split and has got adverb in between them. But its use should be avoided. Now comes the exercise. Already put the, as you can see, answer over there. Use the verbs given in the brackets with or without as to as required. You needn't needs, you needn't ask or to ask. So you needn't ask for permission. I used to leave. May I use only, because may is modal auxiliary. They refused to accept. Refused for what purpose? To accept full infinitive. I would like him to go to the holiday, but I can't make him go. So make is a causal verb followed by bare infinitive. That is not mentioned over there, but causal verb make, and yes, causal verb make, and even have. My mother has a servant clean our house. I made him stand outside the class. So, but again, another causal verb get is followed by full infinitive. I got my teacher to solve the sum for me. So make is a causal verb. When you want somebody to do the task, and you don't do the task, but you make somebody do the task. So the verb that shows the action is not done by you, but you made somebody do the action. That kind of verb are called as causal verbs. They inspire the other to do the action, and they are make, have, and get. So make and have followed by bare infinitive, and get followed by full infinitive. Would again comes as a modal auxiliary followed by bare infinitive. She would prefer visit the art class. Sorry, she would prefer to visit the art class. That shows the prefer is the main verb after would, and visit shows the purpose. Full infinitive. You seem to know. That is working here as a gerund, and the object of the verb seem. So it's in full infinitive form. So this is what all about infinitives. Where would you like to have dinner? Like is followed by to and verb. You must again the model auxiliary. So bare infinitive. You must leave. Please permit me. Let me, permit me, followed by permit. Let me followed by bare infinitive. Permit me followed by to. Allow me. Permit me followed by full infinitive. So this is all about infinitives. So you discussed one non-finite verb. That is what? Infinitive. Now comes gerund. So gerund, as I told you, is a verb that is working as subject and object, and they normally are seen in two forms, either to and verb or verb with ing. Most common is verb with ing, and they can be seen at the place of subject as well as object. Subject is always before the verb, so it is of no type. It is unique and one. But objects are again of various types. After the verb, the object is called as verb, object of the verb. After the infinitive, the object is called as object of the infinitive. After the preposition, the object is called as object of the preposition. After the verb of to be, if the object comes, would be called as the object of the complement. After the verb of to be, am, is, are, was, were, if object comes, or if gerund comes, or if noun comes, would be called as complement of the verb. So these are various places where if not real or proper noun is possible, pure noun is possible, then verb with ing would be working as noun and they would be called as gerund. Examples are given over there. Subject of the verb here. Gerund is working as a subject of the verb. So here we have should be banned is what our main verb. And here burning of leaves. Burning is the name of an action and working as a subject. So burning is here. Gerund is in the ing form. So this is our gerund, working as a subject of the verb. Because if you just want to know whether the given noun is a subject or not, ask the question with who or what before the verb. So what should be banned? The burning of leaves should be banned. So burning is what? Subject, and as it is in the ing form of the verb, it is called as what? Gerund. It is a non-finite verb. Then another example, another placement. We really enjoyed playing cricket. So we subject really enjoyed main verb, finite verb. Now this we enjoyed what? So answer comes playing cricket. In this playing cricket, playing is what? Working as the object of the transitive or finite verb. And it is in the ing form. So it is called as gerund. It is the example of non-finite verb. He gave no reason for coming late. So here we have he subject, gave finite verb, main verb, no reason, that is object for his preposition. So he gave no reason for what. If you want to confirm whether the given noun is object or not, after the preposition or verb, ask the question with what or whom. If you get that particular noun in the answer, that would be an object. So let's ask the question with what. He gave no reason for what? For coming late. So coming is actually the object of what? The preposition for. As it is in the ing form, it is called as gerund and is an example of what? Non-finite verb. Now she loves. Now this is the verb. She loves That is wrong example. Actually, it should be the verb non-transitive which does not have any object, or it should be am, is, or are, that is verb of to be. For example, she loves solving crossword puzzles. She loves what? Solving crossword. Here it is working as object, and as it is in ing form, it is gerund, and obviously the example of non-finite verb. The perfect example of complement is his hobby is swimming. So hobby is subject, is verb of to be, and swimming is what? The noun that is completing the meaning of the incomplete verb is. And as it is a noun in the ing form, it is called as gerund, and example of non-finite verb. So it's the wrong example over there. This is the wrong example. Absolute phrase, playing cards being his hobby. So here we have verb, but still this part of the sentence, this whole part, does not give you the complete sense, because it does not have the, even subject is also there, he, but the verb is not in the state where it defines the right time and situation. So it is a non-finite verb, and as it is playing card is the name of an activity, that is the name of a hobby, so it is working as a noun with ing form the verb, so it's gerund, and is the example of non-finite verb. So here you have the various placements of gerund, and its usages, its form. Now we have certain examples. Exercise over there. Rewrite each of the following sentences using a suitable gerund. Try the examples given above. For example, this sentence I want to turn into suitable gerund. No one should be allowed to play cricket on this ground. So one example is, no one should be allowed playing cricket on this ground. Allowed what? Playing cricket. So playing is verb with ing working as the object of this verb allowed. Another example is, playing cricket on this ground should not be allowed. It could also be the playing cricket would be working as subject. A clean swimming pool is the place I love to swim in. So I love swimming in. I love what? Swimming in is the object. Another example is swimming in clean swimming pool is loved by me. Here he also working as the subject with ing. He received an award because he sang well. He received an award because of singing well, because of followed by singing. So it's an object of the preposition of. She gets a lot of pleasure when she reads good books. I just converted it. It can be converted in two ways. She gets a lot of pleasure reading good books. So reading good books gets a lot of pleasure. Here you can see reading good books. Reading is working as the subject of the verb gets, and is in ing form, so is working as gerund. He is passionate about music. He hopes being famous one day. He hopes what? To be famous or being famous one day. You can just make it in another way. Being passionate about music, you can just make it in the absolute phrase. Here you can just change it. Being passionate about music, he hopes to be famous one day. So that would be the more applicable answer over there. Okay, so this is the use of what? Gerund. So here we end our first part, friends. In the second part, we'll go for participles along with some other rest of the exercises. Thank you very much. We'll soon meet.